On Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, Israel is vowing to escalate their offensive against the militant group Hamas as the war enters its sixth day. We're following the latest as we stand with Israel this morning. And on Capitol Hill, the House is getting closer to appointing its next speaker after House Republicans nominated Steve Scalise as their candidate yesterday. We have the developments from Washington. Also, the 104-year-old Chicago woman who recently set the record to become the oldest skydiver in the world has died. We have this story and more coming up on Sunrise.
And on the outside currently, one last view from Cuero, and it's courtesy of the Cuero ISD weather camera there. A few clouds on the outside this morning, otherwise keeping it mostly clear. Cool temperatures to start and more fall weather ahead. Yes, we'll take a look coming up.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
Trey Mining here.
And today it's the 12th day of October 2023. The time is now 6:31 on our Thursday morning and it's National Vermont Day. And I can't get Moonlight in Vermont out of my head, Trey. I like it
Very nice.
best with Ella Fitzgerald. I know Frank Sinatra sings it too. But
great singer, Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella's
does
got
a fantastic version.
I think, a better voice. Don't tell Frank.
I'm not saying a word.
All right, Trey. Well, I love learning about your maple syrup experience in Vermont.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Of course, they have this little, they stick in the tree, and the sap of the tree runs out the little spout, collects in the bucket, they put it inside, and their factory there, and make maple syrup out of it.
Sounds so cool.
We went on a tour of plant when we were there a couple of years ago.
Well, Trey, how about our forecast? Are we going to have clear skies for the Turkey Fest kickoff party tonight?
So far, looking pretty good, actually. Not bad at all. No rain anticipated. No, we need the rainfall, but looks like the weather will be cooperating for the Cuero Turkey Fest kickoff. And temperatures currently in the 70s along the coast, typically warmer along the coast, as is the case this morning. And from Victoria northward, in the low to 60s area wide, pretty much from Victoria out there to Cuero, Gonzales, and Hallettsville area. Nothing on the radar this morning, keeping it mostly on the dry side. I think it'll be a very dry day again today as we have the dry air in place, and that's going to be important to give us nice sunny conditions and warm afternoon. Kiddos headed for the bus, 65 degrees, dress cool for school today, and by the time you return home, 3:30 in the afternoon, about 83, 84 degrees, so definitely on the warm side, not oppressively hot like the summertime, but definitely warm. We need to dress cool for school and be careful that you stay cool. And once again, let's take a look at the almanac. Yesterday's high was 74 degrees. Felt very nice, 10 degrees lower for the overnight low. And on this date, 109 back in 1926. Check that out. You even get that hot way in October. Not anywhere near that for us today, thankfully. But we're looking at good weather for us. We need the rainfall. Trying to find some rain chances out there. I am finding some cool fall-like temperatures headed our way. When will they arrive here? Well, we'll tell you when the next point will be later on this half hour in the full forecast. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. The war between Israel and the militant group Hamas raged for a fifth day Wednesday as Israeli warplanes hammered neighborhoods in the Gaza Strip. As authorities in Gaza warned that rescue teams were unable to reach many areas and that electricity supplies would soon run out, humanitarian groups pled for the creation of corridors for the delivery of aid. The war, which has claimed at least 2,200 lives on both sides, is expected to escalate. Israel has vowed an unprecedented offensive against Hamas after the Islamic militant group's fighters broke through the border fence Saturday and stormed into the country's south. The Israeli military said more than 1,200 people, including 155 soldiers, have died in Israel since then. And in Gaza, authorities say 1,055 people were killed, including 260 children and 230 women. We'll go to Washington for the latest on the war later on Sunrise. Republican lawmakers Wednesday elected Representative Steve Scalise as their candidate for Speaker of the House. It comes more than a week after Kevin McCarthy was ousted by rebel GOP members in a historic no-confidence vote. Scalise defeated Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan in a reported 113-99 vote during a closed-door meeting yesterday. He will next face a full vote on the House floor, where he will need the support of 217 lawmakers to secure the speakership, although no time for a vote has been set. U.S. Congressman of District 27 Michael Cloud vowed to vote against Scalise to be the next House Speaker. Congressman Cloud told the Texas Tribune, quote, "While I respect Steve Scalise, the underhanded efforts to rush this vote to the floor without getting full buy-in from the conference is extremely ill-advised. I will not be supporting the nomination on the floor, unquote. That leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code on your screen to take part. We ask you, will Scalise be elected Speaker of the House? Okay, let's take a look. 54% of you are forecasting yes, and 46% of you are saying no. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. An Odessa teen is in custody on charges of assault of a public servant and criminal mischief. A Wharton County grand jury indicted 17-year-old Logan Allen on charges this week. Allen originally faced 4 charges at the time of his arrest at El Campo on July 13th. It's unclear if any of those charges were dropped. Allen is in the Wharton County Jail with a bond set at $51,000. There's a new push to protect children from social media. 2 very different states, Utah and New York, taking action to give parents more control over what children see online.
This morning, a new proposal to keep kids safe online.
Social media platforms manipulate the content children see online to keep them on the platforms as long as possible.
Lawmakers in New York argue algorithms, which suggest content based on a user's perceived interests, are keeping kids addicted to social media.
It preys on you. You don't ask for this content. It finds its way to you by very sophisticated ways.
The governor calling algorithms the new tobacco.
We prohibit cigarettes and alcohol. Teenagers can't have access to them because it's a threat to their health.
So state officials are now proposing legislation that would allow parents to opt their kids out of getting feeds based on those automated algorithms. Instead, kids would see only the sites they follow. Utah is also taking aim at algorithms. The state is suing TikTok, claiming the platform's algorithms are getting minors addicted.
Our focus right now is on young people whose brains are not fully developed. And these companies are very well of what they're doing.
TikTok responding, saying the app has industry-leading safeguards and saying it will continue to work to keep its community safe by tackling industry-wide challenges. Meta, owner of Facebook and Instagram, says it too has parental supervision tools. And the company defends algorithms, saying they allow teens to find like-minded communities. But recent studies show the impact social media is having on young people's mental health. The Surgeon General says teens who use social media more than 3 hours per day are twice as likely as other kids to experience anxiety and depression. As for that proposal in New York, it would also allow parents to block access to social media from midnight to 6 a.m. and ban sites from selling or sharing kids' data. The proposal will be considered in the next legislative session. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
The 104-year-old Chicago woman who jumped from a plane a week ago is in what believed in The 104-year-old Chicago woman who jumped from a plane a week ago in what is believed to be a new world record for the oldest skydiver in the world has died. Dorothy Hoffner was found dead Monday morning by staff at the Brookdale Lakeview Senior Living Community. It said it appears that she died in her sleep on Sunday night. On October 1st, Hoffner made a tandem skydive that could land her in the record books as the world's oldest skydiver. The current record was set in May 2022 by 103-year-old Linnea Ingegerd Larsson of Sweden. And here are some of the top headlines you can read in the Port Lavaca Wave. The Seadrift City Council approved funding to support the Combat Marine Outdoors Initiative, and the program has brought veterans to the city for 15 years for outdoor activities. Plus, the commercial heifer show and sale at the Calhoun County Fair will teach children, or rather young people, about cattle production. You can read these stories and more at theportlavacawave.com. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. We take a look at a celebration of Hispanic culture.
As Israel and Hamas intensify their fighting, civilians on both sides of the border are scrambling for cover. I'm ABC's Justin Finch with more on that and what the U.S. is saying about hostages held captive by Hamas.
Okay, let's take a look on the outside. Day planner for Cuero, starting off in the 70s by about 6:30, 7 a.m. Partly throughout the day, highs near 90 degrees. No rain expected. Few areas of cloud cover, that's it. What about the rest of the weekend coming up? Next week, a nice fall weather front headed our way. Give you the details coming up in your forecast. And take a look at what's going on around the state of Texas. Pretty quiet everywhere you go, including our area here. Keeping it on the dry side today. Rainfall is to our east, moving out of our region here. And we'll see, of course, when nice temperatures coming up today with sunny skies, a few high clouds, that's all. The drought monitor, well, it's still quite an issue here. Still very dry around the entire Crossroads region, especially eastern counties from Bay City, Wharton, up there along I-10, kind of curving back toward the Austin-San Antonio area along 35 and points to the west in the hill country. That's an extreme and exceptional drought up here. Very dry conditions. Extreme drought everywhere else in the Crossroads region. A little bit better as you head toward Corpus Christi and points to the south, where they've had a little bit more rain over the last month or so. Keep those levels there a little bit better than what they are here in the Victoria Crossroads region. So we need rainfall in a pretty bad way. Overall, we have rain to our east, but what's coming our way is the next front. Pretty quiet until then. There's the front coming down from Colorado into the Texas Panhandle for today. Moving through the area of the state of Texas through your day on Friday night into Saturday morning. Move back its way through the Golden Crescent area here. Not any rainfall anticipated with it, mostly on the dry side with the frontal passage. Don't have the dynamics or the adequate moisture in the atmosphere for a good rain event, but it'll pass on through. Winds turn around the north and dry air work in. We'll have lows in the 50s for the majority of the weekend the next week. It's going to feel very nice, very fall-like. Might even need a light jacket or so. Outside of that, looking pretty good. Sunny skies, a few high clouds from time to time. Get out there and enjoy it, okay? Full forecast comes around a little bit later on. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. We turn now to the latest on the war in the Middle East.
This morning, day 6 of Israel's war with Islamist militant group Hamas. New Israeli Defense Forces video showing its airstrike shattering structures across Gaza it says are connected to terrorists and striking what the IDF calls a terrorist target in the sea. Meantime, Gaza civilians struggling. An Israeli-imposed siege is blocking food and fuel into the Hamas-led territory. Hospitals are at full capacity. Families facing uncertainty.
There is nothing that we can do. Even the place that I'm in right now is already almost out of water, almost out of food.
The IDF accusing Hamas of hiding its operations in civilian infrastructure as it mobilizes more than 300,000 reservists and prepares for a ground incursion into Gaza. Though military officials say political leaders have not yet given them orders to proceed. The IDF still uncovering death and destruction.
They massacred everybody here. 112 residents of this kibbutz were murdered.
Many families have now gone days without knowing where their loved ones are. This mother says her 2 teenagers are in Hamas custody and she can't bear watching videos showing her son held hostage.
My baby is like nothing, held by terrorists. It's not possible. Can you imagine your child like that?
President Biden saying the U.S. is working to help secure the hostages' release.
Folks, there's a lot we're doing. A lot we're doing. I have not given up hope. I'm bringing these folks home.
National Security spokesman John Kirby says the administration is still gathering new information and hasn't yet made any decisions on whether to send U.S. troops into Gaza to recover hostages. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
3 locals were recognized by the De Leon Club of Victoria last night. It's all to show that their accomplishments and dedication to the community is not going unnoticed. Last night's event was a celebration of not only local Hispanic leaders, but of the culture as a whole. It was sponsored by the De Leon Club of Victoria and took place at UHV. After a dinner in the De Leon Club, presidents welcomed. There were dancers from the Victoria ISD who performed ballet folklorico, and then time came for the main event, the awards ceremony for Dr. Estela de los Santos, who has dedicated her life to education, Cesar Ornelas, an entrepreneur who has donated much of his wealth to helping others, and Clara Ramos, an activist, all awarded and honored for their achievements.
This is, again, we have started this program since 2010. We honor Hispanics that have contributed to the community, and so it's just a great way of saying, hey, the Hispanic community contributes to everything that America's about. We're proud of our cultural heritage, and this is a way of saying, of recognizing people who have been major contributors. in the community of Victoria.
This is an annual event, so there's always next year if you'd like to attend or have someone in mind you'd like to nominate as a recipient of the award. The Dayland Club of Victoria has awarded over $300,000 in scholarships as well, all to showcase and highlight Hispanic culture and heritage in the Crossroads. And here are some of the top headlines you can read in the Cuero Record. Carl Bowen running for re-election as the DeWitt County Sheriff, and Cuero's Turkey Fest is this weekend with a kickoff party that actually starts tonight. I just saw Stephanie Ross is going to be playing for that. You don't want to miss out. Turkey Fest goes through Sunday. You can read these stories and more at DeWittCountyToday.com. And coming up, we actually hear from a Turkey Fest volunteer with more details about the celebration.
And good morning. It's just about 10 minutes away from the 7 a.m. hour. And looking at temperatures still hanging in the 60s from Victoria northward. Cool start, nice feel out there. Near 70 along the immediate coast. It's a sea drift down to Port O'Connor, Port Lavaca, and points to the east from there. And looking at the Port Lavaca throughout the day, I don't think we'll see any light rain. Maybe a few little drops of rain in some of the cloud cover early in the morning, but that's pretty much all she wrote there. Sunny and dry throughout the majority of the day. High temperatures at or above the 9-degree mark by the afternoon. And then for your Cuero, coming up for the day, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 60s, start off with 70s and then 80s, maybe near 90 degrees and 91, 92 by the afternoon time, and with sunny skies to enjoy. Nothing on the future tracker to be worried about, keeping the sun in, keeping the dry air in for now. And the front moves through on your Friday late in the day, and that'll give us cool conditions. Dry air comes in and stays for the majority of next week. High temperatures in the 70s, lows in the 50s, looking pretty nice. Enjoy the sunshine today.
We're now joined by Brenda Martin. She's here to talk to us about Turkey Fest. Welcome, Brenda.
Hi, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's great to have you here. So talk to us about this year's 51st Turkey Fest.
Yes, this year is our 51st annual Turkey Fest, and it's going to be one of our largest festivals ever. We start off Thursday night with a Fun After 5 kickoff in the Cuero City Park. Our whole community is invited to come out. Then we go into Friday night. Friday night we have Shane Smith and the Saints as our headliner. Saturday, of course, we have the Great Gobbler Gallop at 10:30 in the morning, followed by a huge parade. And we have something really special this year. We're going to be encountering eclipse during our parade this year.
That's right. And so I hear you'll be giving out glasses.
Absolutely. We have about 5,000 glasses that we'll be handing out during the parade. We've also taken them to all the schools, to our school children. So we have eyewear protection during the eclipse, but it's going to be one for the books.
And just to let our viewers know, the proceeds from Turkey Fest, does that all go back to the festival for the next year, or do y'all do some charitable giving?
We do a lot of charitable giving throughout the year. We rely on our board, who are all volunteers, but we also rely on the community organizations who come and volunteer. And we appreciate them very much, because without our volunteers, we couldn't have a festival of this caliber. After the festival, we give back to all our organizations. We make monetary donations to every organization that has participated and volunteered at our festivals.
Is it too late to volunteer?
Absolutely not.
Where can people go to sign up?
You can go to sign up at www.turkeyfest.org at any time, or give one of us a call. We have a main Turkey Fest line that you can call, and we'll point you in the right direction.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a fun-filled Turkey Fest weekend in Cuero with some good weather, we hope.
It's going to be beautiful weather. And again, we kick off with the Fun After 5 and then the parade. We talked about Friday night, we have Shane Smith and the Saints.
That's right.
Saturday night, we have John Michael Montgomery. Opening for him is Reckless Kelly.
Wow.
Reckless Kelly is their final farewell tour this year, and we're part of it. On Sunday, we go into Sunday with Gary P. Nunn. We also got some locals filling in between, so we try to cater to not only just nationally known artists, but also to our local artists. And we're inviting the Shiner Hobo Band over Sunday. Our vendors are going to be bigger than ever this year. So come out and check us out. And we're free till 3 on Saturday, and Sunday is always free.
Well, I definitely want to make it out. I love all the shops over there in Cuero, so I hope to see them part of the vendor booth. Thank you so much, Brenda.
All right, thank you for having us, and go Ruby go.
Yes, go Ruby go. Beat that paycheck. And coming up, don't go anywhere. News to know before you go. Refugio County Commissioners extended the burn ban there Wednesday morning. The burn ban now extended for 30 days. There are still drought conditions north of the Refugio U.S. Highway 77 corridor. The burn ban was put into effect in Refugio County on June 27th. Authorities in Colorado are investigating after body parts were stolen from a cemetery near Denver. A private mausoleum and the casket inside were found severely damaged Wednesday. Investigators said the casket was pried open and portions of the deceased body were removed. So far, the remains have not been found. And check your Powerball lottery tickets. Someone in California has won the second largest jackpot in U.S. history. There was a single winning ticket matching all 6 numbers for the $1.7 billion grand prize. And Wednesday night's drawing, the numbers are 22, 24, 40, 52, and 64, and the Powerball is 10. The ticket was sold at Midway Market and Liquor in Fraser Park, California. The lucky winner will have the option of a cash payout worth $774 million or a one-time payment followed by 29 yearly payments that will increase by 5% each year. Also, 7 lucky ticket holders in 5 states matched all 5 white balls to win $1 million. It took the Powerball 36 drawings since July 19th for someone to win the jackpot. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said he isn't returning the $3 million he received from the Defend Texas Liberty PAC following news that the organization's president recently hosted white supremacist Nick Fuentes. Patrick described the meeting as a blunder. Read the story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. I actually got to use the app yesterday to watch the evening newscast. It worked out pretty well. Let's go ahead and turn to First Windstorm team meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey, it's so great to see you this morning.
Same here. So great to be here and see everyone here at the Sunrise Show here on KVU. All right, looking at the temperatures, currently 60s from the Victoria area northward, 70s along the coast, of course. Pretty much consistent with that all morning long. And then in Port Lavaca today, highs near 90 degrees, sunny skies. Overnight lows will be in the 60s. And then coming up for Cuero, temperatures in 99-degree range coming up by afternoon time. No rain anticipated, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. And future tracker pretty empty for the time being. And then we're looking at the future tracker here and of course the forecast, 7-day forecast, partly cloudy skies today with warm temperatures in the mid-80s area-wide, near 90 degrees from areas north of Victoria, including Cuero. And then the rest of the time period, Friday, hot temperatures near 90 degrees, of course, again. Front moves through late in the day, brings us a dose of cool, dry fall air into the region. The weekend looking fabulous, with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. Cool mornings coming up for next week. High temperatures in the 70s. That's it, right on through your day Wednesday. So get out there and enjoy the good weather we're having around here and make it a great day today. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Trey. Looking like a great set of bike riding days. Thank you, Trey. And thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Be sure to air up those bike tires and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. And join James, Don, Matt, Karina, and Gina today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.